We have to talk about today how the research works in Millennia and how you are going through the ages, because some people are really not happy of how this whole system works and why it might actually not be that bad. Now, if you didn't know, as of course like in the Civilization games, you are going through the ages here in this game. You are starting with the Age of Stone, then you are going into the Age of Bronze, and then you are unlocking the Age of Iron, and so on and so forth. Like in every history-focused 4X game, it's pretty common that we are seeing this. And how you do it is also pretty simple. You have to research 3 out of 5 technologies to jump from the Age of Stone into the Age of Bronze. Or, well, to be a little bit more precise, you're not really jumping into the next age like you do in Civilization. You have to research the next age first before you are getting there. And no, don't you worry, if you're getting into the new age and you have only researched 3 out of 5, you still can go back, research the last 2 you haven't researched yet, and you would even get a technology boost. That means you will actually research points faster from the previous trees if you are already in the next age. So far so simple, and so far so good, right? No big deal when you think about it. But the first big problem, and this is where a lot of people are not happy with, arrives when you are reaching the Age of Bronze, and then you could technically research the Age of Iron, because as you can see here, there are 2 more ages, the Age of Blood and the Age of Heroes. And what's the difference here? Well, the difference is, first of all, they are prerequisites you have to meet before you can actually research those ages. For the Age of Blood, you have to kill 6 units, which are not barbarians, and for the Age of Heroes, you have to find 3 natural wonders, aka landmarks, in Millennia, and when you have found them before other nations find them, you can research the Age of Heroes. And the important part is that those ages are coming with very specific boosts, or, well, debuffs. That's very important to note. There are also some debuffs coming with that. And they will also give you some very specific research points. Now, here's where the problem arrives. Whoever goes into the next age first determines the age for everyone else. So let's say you have unlocked the Age of Blood because you are a bloodthirsty warmongerer, but because of that, your research is not really great. And the AI has also unlocked the Age of Heroes, but they're much faster with the research, so they will unlock the Age of Heroes first, and when they do so, everyone will enter the Age of Heroes. And I can see why people are not really happy with that. They want to basically play their way, and they have put already a lot of work into it to unlock that new age, and they will now not get it because they didn't focus on the research, right? I totally understand where people are coming from here. But keep in mind, those very specific ages, they come with a lot of stuff, like the Age of Blood. Let me explain this to you. When you are entering the Age of Blood, it will trigger a world war. Everyone will be at war. It's a free-for-all. It's a deathmatch. Units will also be produced much faster, much cheaper, and the whole Age of Blood is really just there so that everyone can murder each other. So of course, you have to trigger that for everyone. The same goes for the Age of Heroes. When you are going into the Age of Heroes, everyone gets a hero, you are doing quests with the heroes, and then later on you will cash in with the heroes and get like a fat bonus for the next age. And everyone has to get that. If that doesn't happen, then, well, that leads to some really crazy gameplay issues, right? Think about this for a second. You trigger the Age of Blood, but somebody else is triggering the Age of Heroes, and somebody else is also triggering the Age of Iron, which doesn't really do much. And it's just everyone has experienced something else with the buffs and debuffs, and it would just become a huge clusterfluff, right? It would be completely confusing. And again, I understand that people really want to play their way and they don't really follow what an AI tells them to do, right? Like people are like, oh, but I have planned to go into the Age of Blood. And it's like, yeah, but this game really wants you to just adapt to the things which are happening in the world and in the playthrough you were in right now. And that is definitely something we have to cover in an additional video where we are talking a little bit about where the difference is to Civilization and Millennia, right? Because if you haven't played Millennia yet, Millennia plays very different when it comes to reacting to things which are happening in your playthrough. Whereas in Civilization, most of the time, you can already plan out your playthrough down to the T. Millennia is definitely a game where you have to react and act to the things in your playthrough. And that's basically the big idea with the different ages here. You're not supposed to reach every age every time. You're not supposed to always reach the age you want. And this also has to do with the gameplay effects which are coming with this. I'm not saying that the people who don't want this are wrong, not at all. It's just I'm trying to give a perspective on why the developers decided to do this and why I think this could be really cool. But again, we will talk a little bit more about this in the next video. If you have already enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel for more Millennia videos. The game is coming out by the end of March, and there will be much more of this on the Mole Under Management channel. So with that said, thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.